Hello, all. Good morning. This
Yeah.
demo session. Sorry. Any questions?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. So, hello, all. Good morning. Today, this demo session is on SAP ABAP. First, we'll try to understand what is SAP and what is ABAP. How we are going to use ABAP in SAP application development. Right? Even before going into SAP, I'll give you a quick introduction why we use SAP in any companies or in any organizations. What is the need of SAP and what is the need of ABAP developer? Okay, it's not technical. I'll just give you in general terms. Okay, just try to understand. So, what is software? What is a software? Software is a set of instructions, right? The software developers develop a software with set of instructions so that it will accept input and provide some output. That might be anything. A simple example, if you go to bank to deposit some money or to withdraw money, what they are going to do? They're not going to do any calculations, right? They'll just enter the deposit amount. It will automatically calculate your total balance. It will automatically generate your statement of account, right? It will do automatically. How it's going to do? Because that application is designed to accept some input and to do some calculations and provide some output. That is the purpose of any software, right? How this software is going to be developed? How softwares are going to be developed? Using a programming language. Using a programming language. Do you know what are the different types of programming languages available?
Sir, sorry for the
Whoever
interruption.
have,
Are you sharing your
yeah,
screen?
I'm sharing my screen.
It's not visible
Are you
for
not
me.
able to see? Okay, let me share again. Oh, maybe sorry. Yeah, thank you for reminding. Yeah. So, how this software is going to be developed? Using some programming language. Do you know what are the different types of programming languages available? Whoever have some computer science background, they might have read this in their.
C, Java.
You're right. Yeah, that's programming languages only. But before that, in the high level, we have certain types of programming languages we call as generations of programming languages.
Like Python.
Python is kind of a programming. Yeah, it's one type of programming language. Mission language. What is mission language? The very first programming language invented is mission language. What does this mission language contains? Zeros and ones. Do you know what programming language can computer understands? Java, Python, are these? Computer can understand only binary. That means zeros and ones. Mission language, right? Even till now, computers can, our hardware systems can understand, right? Mission languages. That means binary language. But now we are writing in general English words, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
But how system can understand that? Because of the flexibility, right? Programming languages are designed in such a way that developer friendly languages, so that it is easy to learn and it is easy to implement. But behind the scenes, right? Behind the scenes, in background, whatever the programming languages, whatever the programming statements we are writing in general terms, right? General English, that's going to be converted into which language?
Binary code.
Binary code, mission language. Because hardware systems can understand only binary. But is it easy to write programming in a binary with zeros and ones? Right? Let's say we need to print something. In nowadays, we write print some text. Now, this will print as an output. But what about binary? We need to write the same thing in zeros and ones. It is very difficult, right? So that's why the programming languages are improved to use general statements, right? Easy to understand, right? But behind the scenes, it will be automatically converted into mission language. Next, after mission language, in the initial days, they developed in mission language only. There is no other option. After mission language, to simplify the programming, they come up with assembly languages. Like some Pascal, this kind of language comes into assembly language. Here we use set of symbols to write the program. Okay, but still it is not easy to learn and easy to implement. But when you compare with binary, slightly better. So we call mission language and assembly language as low-level languages. Why we call these as low-level languages? Because of the complexity to learn and the complexity to implement, right? It is not easy. That's why we call them as low-level languages, right? After language, we come up with high-level languages. So can you give me some examples of high-level languages? C++, Java, these are all comes into high-level languages because we write in general English, right? If you want to print something, you write print. If you want to read something, you write read. If you want to select something from the database, you write select. Normal English statements, right? It is easy to learn and easy to implement, right? That's why we call these as high-level languages. There are different generations of languages. I'll explain those generations in the next class. Okay, we have 5 generations of languages. Okay, I'll give in detailed information of each generation of language in the next session. But for now, just understand what are the different evaluation of programming languages. Now we are using high-level programming languages, easy to learn and easy to implement. Okay. So ABAP also comes under high-level programming languages only, but it is not a complete complex programming language. Okay, I'll give you more details after some time. Now, Let's try to understand. This is how we use softwares to design any application, software application. We might use mission language, we might use assembly language, we might use high level language. What is the purpose of that software? To help business, right, to execute some solutions. If you take bank as an example, we use a specific software for deposits and withdrawals of the customer, so that you don't need to do any manual work. The system itself calculate your outstanding balance, your statement, right, your debits, credits, and everything. System will calculate. So there is no manual involvement and there is no chance of errors, right? Wherever there is a manual work, there is a chance of errors. Yes or no?
Yeah.
If you develop a program, a application with certain set of rules, that application will always follows whatever the instructions you have provided, whatever the instructions we have developed in that programming language. There is no chance of errors. Okay, until unless there is a wrong set of instructions provided. Okay, now let's try to understand what is SAP. What is SAP? SAP is also a software application. What kind of software application it is? It is a enterprise resource planning software. Enterprise resource planning software. So why we call SAP as enterprise resource planning software? If you take Java, we have a lot of other softwares, right? Like Java, .NET, C, C++. We don't call them as enterprise resource planning softwares, ERP softwares. They are just programming languages, right? They are just programming languages. But SAP is a enterprise resource planning product. We call it as product. Please understand, we call it as product, not a programming language. SAP is not a programming language. SAP is not a normal application. It is a product. Why we call it as a product? Because SAP contains ready to use functionalities. You don't need to develop anything. Initially, you don't need to develop anything. For example, one business want to implement SAP in their organization. They just purchase the license and start using it. They can start using it with some basic configurations. It comes as a product. Why we call it as a product? Because product contains ready to use functionalities. How many know MS Office? Most of you might have using.
Yes.
Do you need to write any program to create any Word document or Excel sheet? No, right?
No.
You just open the Word document, start using it. You don't need to write any programming to design the MS Office. You just buy the license or download the software and install it. You can start using it. So we call MS Office as a product, right? We call MS Office as a product because it is ready to use. It contains all the standard functionalities, right? So similarly, SAP is also a product. What kind of product it is? ERP product, enterprise resource planning product. It is not a program. What is the programming we use in SAP?
ABAP.
SAP ABAP. We use SAP ABAP to develop new applications in SAP along with the standard applications provided, right? Along with standard applications provided, we use SAP ABAP to develop the new applications or add any additional features to the standard applications. Okay. So why we call some product as a ERP. First, let's try to understand ERP, then we'll go to SAP. Okay. So SAP is one type of ERP product. There are many ERP products available in the market. SAP is one of the ERP product available and most successful ERP product in the software industry. Most successful ERP product. There is no other ERP product which is as good as SAP. I'm talking about, I'm not talking about any other technologies. I'm talking about ERP applications. SAP is the leader in ERP applications. So if you take any big organization, if you take any big industry, I'm sure that they're going to use SAP as their ERP system. Okay. If you name any big organization in India or in any other country, I'm sure that they are going to use SAP. Okay. Now let's try to understand what is a ERP. So what is the full form of ERP?
Enterprise resource.
Enterprise resource planning. Why we call this as enterprise resource planning?
This helps to run the business.
The single ERP product, a single ERP product contains applications to run departments of the organization, different departments of the business. What are the different departments available in any organization or any business? Can you tell me a few departments?
HR,
HR is one department.
finance,
Yeah,
sales,
finance is one department. Sales is one department. Yes.
Production,
Production. Yes, production is also one important department.
quality checking,
Quality checking. Yes, quality checking is also an important department. I'll tell you one more department, purchase department, who buy raw materials for the company. Okay. Now, I'll give you a simple example of the company and how different departments integrate. As you said, there are different departments, right? HR, finance, sales, production. Can all these departments work independently without any communication?
no,
In the organization, every department has to be communicated with the other departments to run the business process. I'll give you a simple example. Let's take Tata Cars as example. Let's take Tata Cars as example. What they do?
They'll
What is
man
the they'll manufacture cars. That is the business of Tata Cars company. Now, let's see what are the different departments who will manufacture the cars. What is the department that actually manufactured the car? Is it HR, finance?
no,
no
raw material,
production department.
Production,
Material.
yeah, production department. We also call this as shop floor, okay, where the actual productions will happen, right? The production department will take care of manufacturing the products.
Yes.
Now, to manufacture a car, what is the prerequisite?
Sorry,
Raw
no?
material.
If you are not talking, please go on mute. So there is some disturbance. Yeah, thank you. We need raw material, right? To manufacture any product, we need raw material. So Tata Cars is making cars. Are they manufacturing tires?
No.
No.
No, they don't manufacture tires. Are they manufacture? Are they going to make lights, headlights, or any other lights?
No.
No,
No.
they're not. Are they going to manufacture the steel?
No, sir.
Yes.
No, yeah, partially that is correct because Tata Steel company is there, but that is a different company. That's not Tata Cars company, right? That's a
Okay.
different company. Tata, even though they are in the same group, Tata Cars has to buy steel from Tata Steel company. They won't give you free, right? That's a different entity, right? That's not part of Tata Cars. They have to buy steel. They have to buy seat covers. They have to buy paint. Are they going to manufacture paint? Tata Cars is not going to make paint. They need to buy it from some company who manufacture the
Vendors.
paints, right? There are semiconductors, chips, lot of electrical components within the car. All these Tata Cars is not going to make. They need to buy from other companies. What do we call that other companies?
Vendors.
Vendors. Vendors for the Tata Cars. All those companies we call as vendors for the Tata Cars. What they do? They provide
They provide
Raw
raw
materials.
material.
materials as per Tata
Now,
requirement.
who's going to take care of this purchasing the raw material?
That is going to um, finance department.
No, material and management department.
Material management. We in SAP we call it as material management (MM), but in general terms we call it as
Uh,
purchasing department.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
purchasing department. In SAP we call it as material management, right? To whom this purchasing department deals with?
Vendors.
To buy raw material. Okay, to buy raw material. Purchasing department will take care of working with vendors to purchase the raw material. Are they going to decide on their own, purchasing department, whatever the raw materials they need to buy?
No, sir. As per the requirements.
They need some update from production planning department. How many cars they are going to make and what is the quantity of the raw material they need to manufacture those cars. There is a communication, there should be a communication between production department and purchasing department to buy the raw materials. Production department has to update what is the available stock, right? What is the expected quantity of the items to manufacture the products, right? That is, they both departments should be in sync. Otherwise, purchasing department should not buy whatever they want, right? Now, that's about purchasing department. Now, what is the other important department which involves in production planning? Once purchasing department purchased the raw materials, right? What about the payment?
Finance.
Yeah, they should be
Finance department.
finance department.
Finance department will take care of paying the amount to the vendors or receiving the money from the customers. If they buy something, for example, a customer bought Tata cars. So the finance department will receive that amount, or purchasing department procured some raw materials. Who need to pay? Department has to pay that amount to the vendors. They have to release that amount. So in SAP terms, we call it as account payables, which we pay to the vendors, account receivables, which we receive from customers as revenue. Okay, customers as revenue. Now, any integration or is there any communication required between purchasing department and finance department or not?
Sir.
Yeah.
Should be a communication. Otherwise, how finance department can release the funds to the vendors, or right? So the purchasing department is not going to pay vendors. Finance department is going to pay vendors. Purchasing department is just going to order something and receive the raw materials. Right? Now, department for the organization.
Sales.
Yeah, sales department. What is the functionality of the sales department?
How many cars they are selling? How many cars are like?
The main functionality
Marketing.
of the sales department is to market and sell the products. That might be any product, whatever the organization manufactures. That is the purpose of sales department. They establish some showrooms around the country, right? They do campaigns, they attract the customers, they provide some discounts and everything, and they sell the cars, right? Now, when they sell the cars, who's going to receive that revenue?
Finance department.
Finance department will receive that revenue, and they need to take care of that revenue accounting. Okay? Should be a communication or integration between finance and sales department or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now, who's going to decide how many cars they need to manufacture in the month of September? Who's going to plan that? Obviously, production department will plan that, how many cars they need to make. But who's going to provide you that input? How many cars they need by the month of November?
Finance.
Sales department. Sales department will take orders from the customers and they'll give some expected delivery date to the customer, right? And then they have to provide that update to the production department. Hey, we have taken order for 100 cars, which we need to deliver in the month of November, right? Based on that input, production department will plan that manufacturing process. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Without the orders, if production department keep on manufacturing the cars, right? If there is no buyers, that's waste of money and waste of resources for the company, right?
Yeah.
So there should be a better integration between sales and production department to plan the production, how many cars they need to manufacture and what is the expected delivery date. Now, production department got manufacture for 1,000 cars and the expected delivery date by December. They need to deliver it to customers by December, that 1,000 cars. Now, there are limited resources available in the production department and they are not adequate, they are not sufficient to manufacture those 1,000 additional orders. What production department has to do? To whom they need to approach?
HR.
Yes. For what?
Resources.
Hey, we need additional resources with so and so skills, right? With so and so skills. They need to provide that information to HR department. HR department will hire, recruit more resources to reach that, to meet that demand, right? Production demand, right? There is integration between production planning department and HR department or not?
Yes, present.
Yes. Now, HR recruited the employees. Who needs to pay salaries?
Finance.
Finance department has to provide salaries. Now, there is an integration between finance and
HR.
HR department. Yes or no?
Yeah.
There might depends on the organization process. There might be more departments like quality, QA. So once the product is manufactured, right, QA department has to approve the quality of the department. Otherwise, if there is no quality in the products, it will ruin the reputation of the company. Yes or no?
Yep.
So these are few important departments in any organization. So there is a integration, there is a communication between every department or not.
Yes. Yes.
Without proper integration, without proper communication, what will happen? The business won't perform good, right? Without proper update from sales department, if production department manufacture cars, whatever they want, who is going to sell that cars? Production department won't know the customer. They don't know the customer. What is the choice of the customer, right? What is the customer expectations? They don't know. Only sales departments know that because they used to interact with the customers, right? So sales department has to provide that update to the production department. So production department has to produce those products, right?
Yes.
The raw material has to be provided by purchasing department, right? That is a functionality of purchasing department. And that update has to go to finance department to release the amount to the vendors. Okay. Now, to run this entire business process, to run this entire departments, if you need to develop any software, if you need to develop any software, if you take Java, Python or C, what you need to do? You need to write from the beginning. You need to develop from the beginning each and every solution. Each and every solution you need to write from the beginning. It will take a lot of time. It will take a lot of time to test it, right? And still, there is no guarantee of success of that software application, right? So that's why they come up with a ERP products, enterprise resource planning products. What does this enterprise resource planning products contains? Applications or functionalities to run each and every department, and it also provide integration, better communication between different departments of the organization, so that you don't need to worry about developing from the beginning. So standard solutions are already developed as part of enterprise resource planning software. You can start using it. If you want any additional functionalities, you can develop your own along with the standards provided. So what is the advantage of using enterprise resource planning softwares?
It helps to
Better
run
integration, better integration between different departments, right?
Yeah.
No delay in There is no delay. They don't need to wait for someone to send an email or to call someone to do something. There is no manual interference. Okay?
Okay.
That is the advantage of using enterprise resource planning than individual software applications. It contains standard solutions to run each and every department. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, I'll give you a simple example. To buy a raw material, what is the process to buy any raw material from vendors? Are they going to the purchasing department is to going to a shop and buy this raw material? No, right?
No.
There is a process they have to follow in every organization. They have to follow a process. First, they create a quotation. Purchasing department will create a quotation. What is the raw material requirement, right? What are the different raw materials they need and the quantity. They ask vendors or suppliers. Sorry, quotation comes here. We call it as purchase requisition. So the purchasing department will create a purchase requisition. Okay, we need so and so raw materials with so and so quantity and ask when to provide quotations. What do they provide in the quotations? What is the best price they can give and what is the expected delivery date? By what date they can deliver the raw material? And they'll also give what is the price they can give, right? And the purchasing department will validate these quotations and choose one vendor by validating their quotations and their previous experience, their reputation and everything they'll consider and choose one vendor to provide the raw material. And then what they create? PO. What is PO?
Purchase order.
Purchase order. In this purchase order, what they mention? Who is the vendor? What is the raw material? What is the quantity of the raw material? And what is the price of the raw material? And what is the expected delivery date? Right? All these details they mentioned in the purchase order. After purchase order, what is the next step? Delivery, right? What is the next step? Delivery. Delivery of the raw material. After delivery,
Payment.
Invoice, which comes under payment processing. Okay. So this is the process they have to follow. This purchasing department has to follow to procure a raw material. Similarly, there is a separate process for sales department. Sales order process, delivery and invoice process. Okay, I'll explain in detail about these business functionalities in the next session, but I'll give you some high level information here. Similarly, every business process, there is a set of functionality to follow, right? So all these applications to create a purchase requisition, to accept the quotations, to validate the vendors, to create a purchase order, we need a software application. All these software applications are already developed in ERP application in the form of standard applications. You can enhance it additional fields, additional features, or if you want a completely custom application, you can also develop. You have that choice, right? By purchasing the enterprise resource planning software, all these business functionalities will be automatically available in your product. Now, there are a lot of SAP, a lot of ERP products available in the market. SAP, Oracle, they have a separate ERP product for Oracle. They have there are ERP products from Microsoft, right? So every lot big organization they have come up with ERP products. But what is the most successful ERP product? SAP.
SAP.
Developed around in 1980s in Germany. Company name? Company name is also SAP. The company name itself, SAP. They developed this ERP product in the name of same name, SAP. Okay. What they did? They analyzed functionalities in the market, right? And they developed the ERP product to support most of the common business functionalities available in any organization. They developed ERP product such a way that it should support most of the common business functionalities available in any organization. Can you tell me, is this not common in any organization, this purchasing process? To buy raw material, is it common in any organization or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir, it's common.
Let's take a simple example of college, your college, right? To procure any stationery or any raw material, they do the same process. They may not use ERP, but they do the process, right? They ask different vendors to supply these raw materials. They negotiate the price, right? And they choose one vendor to supply the stationery or any raw material. They do the same process, right? So what this SAP did, they analyzed these most common business functionalities and they designed this software application to support all the common business functionalities available in the market. Okay, that's why SAP is suitable for any organization. Only thing is they need to do some slight enhancements or create few custom applications. Okay. Similarly, Oracle and Microsoft also did the same. But what is the most successful ERP product available in the market?
SAP.
SAP. Since 1980s, it evolved, right? It comes with a lot of new features, new functionalities, right? Every year they release new updates to the software. It got a lot of changes, right? But SAP ERP is there with a lot of additional enhancements, a lot of new features every year. Okay, it's improved business functionalities. Okay, why it is most successful? How can you say it is most successful ERP? Because every large organization is using SAP as their trusted ERP system because of its proven performance over the years. It's proven performance over the years, right? How can you choose a branded product? Let's say you are buying a phone, mobile phone. How can you choose a specific mobile based on their reputation, based on previous reviews, based on the past performance, and based on their support, right? All you consider all these things, right, before buying your mobile phone. Similarly, SAP is also a proven ERP product in the market, right? So SAP is one of the ERP product and it's the most successful ERP product. It comes with the most common standard business functionalities to run any organization. Okay, is it clear for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I am saying that SAP comes with standard functionalities, ready to use functionalities. Then you might ask, what is our role as a ABAP developer? Since the SAP has already provided the standard applications, organization can purchase the license and start using it, right? What is the need of ABAP developers?
Create application.
Create custom applications and enhance the which one? Standard applications. Create custom applications and enhance the standard applications. Even though they have provided the standard functionalities, right? Every business, like most business functionalities are common. Even though there are slight modifications, there are slight changes, right? The core business functionality is same, but there might be slight changes in the business execution or functionalities. They might have their own set of rules, right? I'll give you a simple example. All engineering colleges are same, right? What they do? What is the functionality of every engineering college? So they organize a place where they can provide education for the candidates selected in the entrance examination. They give admissions. They provide professors for teaching. They conduct exams. They accept fee payments. They provide transportation. They provide hostel facilities. All these are common. They provide laboratories. All these are common in every college, right? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Can you confirm? Even though all these functionalities are common, can you confirm? Do you think every college runs in the same process?
No.
No. Every college have their own set of rules, restrictions, right? And there are few slight changes in the execution. Even though we have standard functionalities available, we need to provide some additional changes for the customer. Customer in the sense, let's take your college, a different college. Each college have their own requirements along with the standard requirements. So in that case, we should provide completely custom application. If they have some new solution they need, we need to develop a completely custom applications from the or let's say there is one standard application already available, which is meeting their requirement, 80% of their requirement. Okay. For example, to display the to display the student marks, there is one existing application. In do we need to create a custom application? A completely custom application? No, right? We can make use of existing standard solution and enhance that additional different features, right? So creating from the beginning. So that's why it is the existing standard applications. Are we going to disturb the standard application?
No.
No. That's why we calling it as enhancement. Enhancement means we enhance it without disturbing the standard functionality. Okay? But additional features, right? For example, if you buy a mobile phone, what are the enhancements to the mobile phone?
Performance.
Enhancements to the mobile phone. Screen guard, your back pouch, your Bluetooth devices, all these are enhancements. You are not changing anything in the mobile phone, right? You're not disturbing any functionality of the mobile phone. You are just adding additional features to it. Okay. Let's say you buy a mobile phone and you wanted to change the RAM. You wanted to change the motherboard of the mobile phone. What does that mean?
It comes under customization.
Modifications. That is not even custom.
Yes.
Custom means
We
you
are,
create your own
yes, we are using
without
the
touching the SAP standard functionalities. You are developing your own functionalities.
it comes
But here
under
you are touching the standard functionalities, right? You are changing the existing applications, provided features. That's called, what do we call it?
modification.
Modification. Please observe the difference between custom, enhancement, and modification. Custom means you create your own applications without disturbing the standard or without touching the standard. Enhancement means
Adding
you
additional
use
features.
the standard application, but without disturbing any of the features, you are going to add the additional things. Okay? But what is modification? You are disturbing the standard functionality and doing some modifications, doing some changes to the standard functionality to achieve your requirement. Okay? That is the difference. So most of the times we do enhancements and custom applications in SAP. Very rare cases we go for modifications. For that we need some special permissions because you are changing the SAP provided standard functionality, right? Okay. For the enhancements and custom applications, SAP will support, right? But for modifications, SAP won't recommend modifications. But in very rare cases, we go for modifications. Okay? Clear? Do you know what is the role of ABAP developer? To create custom applications, to enhance the standard applications, to perform some modifications. That is the role of ABAP developer because in which programming or in which programming that SAP is developed? In SAP ABAP programming. There is a, you can see this 4/4. What do you mean by /4? ABAP is a fourth generation programming language. I'll explain the generations in next class. Right? Why we call it as fourth generation? It is easy to read, better readability. It is easy to implement because we write normal plain ABAP statements. Sorry, plain English statements. Okay, we write plain English statement. We don't write binary or any mission language statements. Okay, easy to learn and easy to implement. It is also a high level programming language. It is a high level programming language. And here we are not going to completely write coding to develop the applications. Okay, we use some drag and drop options. We use some screens, right? Sometimes we generate the code, right? You don't need to write 100% code here. And the code is also not as complex as some other technologies like Java, UI, or any .NET. It is very easy to understand. Okay? Is everyone clear on this? What is the role
Yes.
as a ABAP developer?
Yeah, create
Create
custom.
customized applications,
Yes.
enhancement standards.
Who's going to decide? Who's going to decide this? Whether we need to create a custom application, we need to create enhancement or modification.
When
Right.
Functional consultants. You need to work with functional consultants to gather the requirement. You are not the one who's going to gather the business requirement. So functional consultants work with business business owners in the sense a responsible person from purchasing department, like who's taking care of finance department, who's taking care of production department. Their functional consultants will interact with them. That higher officials are who's the managers of these specific departments. They gather the requirements. What is their expectations, right? And they compare these their requirements with the existing standard business functionalities. If that is matching, They just provide the solution, even without doing any enhancements or custom application. They can start using it. But whatever the requirements provided by the business owners, that is not available in the SAP. Then what these functional consultants will do? They provide functional specifications. What is this functional specification? It contains what is the application we need to develop and what is the functionality of the application, or what is the application we need to enhance, what is the functionality of that enhancement. Who's going to provide that details? Oh,
Functional consultant.
functional sorry. Functional consultants is going to provide those details to whom? SAP ABAP consultants. So based on the inputs from functional consultants, based on the functional specification document what you have created, so we are going to develop the applications. The functional consultant has to provide the requirement and what is the logic we need to use, what are the rules we need to apply, what are the inputs we need to provide, what is the expected output, everything. Who needs to provide?
Functional consultant.
Functional consultants. Based on their inputs, we develop the applications. Okay? Is everyone clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
So as a ABAP developer, you need to work with functional consultants. Each module has separate functional consultants in SAP. SAP FICO, they take care of finance module. SAP sales and distribution, SD. In current version of SAP ERP, we have a different process called O2C, order to cash. Okay, terminology is different, but core business functionality is same. SAP PP, production planning, plant maintenance, SAP HCM, we call this a HR department. In SAP, we call it as a SAP HCM, human capital management. Okay, purchasing department, SAP MM, right? SAP QM. So these are all different departments, different domains available in SAP, and each domain will have a separate functional consultant. What is the role of functional consultant? They work with the organization, business users. They gather the requirements. They compare SAP standard solutions with the requirements provided by the business owners, and they understand the gap. What is the meaning of gap? Gap means if the requirement of the business owner is not available in SAP standard solution, that we call as gap. So how they provide a solution for that gap? Either they come up with a custom application or enhance the standard application to fulfill the requirement of the business owners. Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, so everyone should be able to understand ERP and what is SAP. SAP is one of the ERP product. And what is SAP ABAP? ABAP is a programming which we use to develop the applications, custom applications, or standard, enhancements to the standard applications. Is everyone clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So now we are going to learn SAP ABAP, right? And you know your role as a SAP ABAP developer in the project. You need to work with functional consultants to develop the applications. Okay. Now I'll give you one more introduction to the systems. We have two types of systems. This is not specific to SAP. In general, we have two types of systems, software systems available. One is OLTP system, online transaction processing system, and the other one is OLAP system, online analytical processing system. Two types of applications we have. So what is the use of OLTP? This is for daily business transactions, daily business transactions. What is the purpose of OLAP system, online analytical processing system? This is to analyze the data and take decisions, take business decisions. This is not to create the transactions. I'll give you one simple example for OLTP system. When you go to the bank to deposit something, what that bank cashier will do? Please go on mute. Kindly go on mute. So when you go to the bank to deposit or to withdraw something, what the bank clerk will do? They'll accept the amount from you. They're going to enter that amount in one application, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
What are they creating in that application? One transaction they are creating. Deposit transaction or withdrawal transaction or DD issuing transaction, right? Or a loan transaction. They're creating a transaction in the system. So what do we call that system? That type of system, what they do, what they use? OLTP system, online transaction processing system. That is to create the daily business transactions. Let's say you go to a shopping mall and did some shopping. At the billing counter, they're going to use one system, right? To bill the products. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they going to use one system or not in the billing counter?
Yeah.
They scan your products, they generate the bill. So what kind of system it is?
OLTP.
OLTP system, right? Whatever that billing clerk use, any grocery store, any shopping mall, right? Even at the movie theater counter, what kind of systems they are using? OLTP systems. They'll create one transaction and issue the bill or issue the some receipt, right? What is the purpose of those systems? To create daily transactions, right?
Yes.
Railway reservation counter, ATM. These are all examples for OLTP system. And SAP ERP is also example for OLTP system. They create transaction, they create purchase orders, sales orders, right? They run the payroll to credit salaries. These are all called transaction, daily transactions. Then what is the use of OLAP system, online analytical processing system?
It maintains historical data for analysis purpose.
OLAP system maintains historical data for analysis purpose. What is the main use of OLAP system? To analyze the previously created transactions, last 5 years transactions, right?
Yeah.
Let's say there is a, I'll give you a simple example of DMart. What is DMart business?
Yeah.
To selling the
products.
Groceries, some fancy, some general items. They sell different kinds of products to the customer, right? Now, they want to plan what products they need to maintain in their store. What product that is having huge sales in the month of November, so that they can purchase more stock and they can make available in their stores. How can they know? And they wanted to know what is the customer choice, like what is the product that is having huge sales in the month of September. What is the product? There is no sales in the month of September. They wanted to understand the customer choice, right? What kind of products the customers are buying in the year 2025. What kind of products?
Yeah.
Are they buying more perfumes? Are they buying more washing liquids? Right? Are they buying more fancy items? They wanted to know the customer pulse. How can they know that?
Yeah. I think based on this historical
Based on
information.
their previous purchase record, right? Based on their previous transactions, right? They'll choose one customer, number 100. They'll analyze his last 5 years purchase history so that they can understand, right? What is the customer choice? What is the customer requirement? And they can provide more offers to that customer on the specific items. Then they can make available more stock on a specific product in a specific month. If they know that inputs, right? Let's take a bank. If they want to analyze their customer and based on their spending analysis, they want to provide some customized offers. For example, one customer is spending more on online shopping, right? So bank wants to provide some customized offer for their customer, right? If they know which customer is spending more on online shopping, then they can provide relevant offers for that customer, right? For online shopping. If they know who is the customer that is only doing shopping in retail outlets, they're not buying anything in online. If they provide any offers to the customer, if they provide any online offers to the customer who is buying in the retail outlets, is it going to help him? No, right? Because he's not doing any online shopping. He's doing only shopping in retail outlets, in the physical stores. If the bank know that details, they can provide offers relevant for that customer in the retail outlets, in the physical outlets, right? And also they can make more business. They can call that customer and propose some new products to the customer if they know what is their spending analysis, right? So all these business decisions, they use the OLAP systems to do that analysis, data analysis. Last 5 years data they analyze, or last 10 years data analyze to take the business decisions. Okay, to take the business decisions. Usually in any organization they maintain both OLTP and OLAP as a two different applications, two different systems. That might be any software. If you take SAP as example, SAP ERP is the example for OLTP software, and SAP BW in recent days we calling it as SAP DataSphere. That is a separate system we use for reporting purpose, data analysis and reporting for decision making, right? For different other companies, they have their own OLTP and OLAP products. Okay. Now, what is the source of data for OLAP system? From where the data will come? Are we going to create data in OLAP system? Are we going to create transactions in OLAP system to analyze it?
No.
No.
No, right? All the transactions will be created only in OLTP system. Every day after business hours, after completion of the business hours, what will happen? A process called ETL, extraction and transformation of data, that starts loading whatever the transactions created in OLTP system to where it's going to load? OLAP system. Every day after business hours, after closing the business hours, the transactions created on that day will be moved to OLAP system. Okay? We are not going to create any transactions in OLAP system. We are just copying transactions from OLTP to OLAP every day after business hours. For what is the purpose of OLAP system? To analyze the data and to take business decisions. Top level management use these reports, they generate the reports and they take decisions based on this OLAP system, this historical data. Okay, the data what we create in OLTP, what we call that type of data? Transactional data or operational data. Okay, operational data. So what do we call the data which is available in OLAP? Historical data. Okay, we call that as historical data. Okay. Every day after business hours, the data will be loaded to OLAP systems. What do we call, what is the process we use to load the data?
ETL.
ETL process, extraction, transformation, and loading. You might have heard some ETL tools like Informatica,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
There are different ETL tools available in the market. Then that is a different technology. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, as an ABAP developer, do we take
Hmm.
care of that
No,
transformation?
ETL, you're not responsible for ETL. Okay. You're not responsible for ETL. Only your responsibility is to create applications in SAP ERP. OLTP is one of the example for SAP ERP is the one of the example for OLTP system. Your responsibility is to just create the applications. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And there is a different concept called interfaces within SAP ABAP, which we use to integrate different systems to exchange the data. That is not comes under ETL. Okay, ETL is a different topic where we load huge amount of data from OLTP to OLTP. Okay, so we use a concept called interfaces in SAP ABAP to integrate the data between one system to other system that we will discuss later. Okay, is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Difference between OLTP and OLAP. Yeah. So SAP is a simple abbreviation, System Applications and Products in Data Processing. Okay. That is the full form of SAP. SAP itself is a company. Okay. They named their SAP ERP product as SAP only. Okay. There are different versions of SAP ERP product. Now the current version what we are using is SAP S4 HANA. That is the previous version is SAP ECC. Okay, I'll explain in detail about the differences between each version. Okay, the current version is SAP S4 HANA. We are going to learn on SAP S4 HANA only. Okay, and we will also see some features in ECC. Okay, which are only using in support projects. SAP ECC currently they're using in few support projects. So now most of the customers are using SAP S4 HANA only. Now, these are few functional modules in SAP: SDMM, FICO, plant maintenance, production planning, warehouse management, project systems. There are different functional modules. Each functional module will have a functional consultant who is going to analyze the SAP standard solutions and provide the functional requirement documents for the ABAP developers to develop new applications. Okay, is everyone clear? And we need to know the SAP architecture. Architecture and everything we'll understand in the next session. Okay. In the next session, I'm going to explain about different generations of the programming language and SAP architecture, system architecture. Okay. And there is another concepts called master data and transactional data. I'll explain in detail in the next session. Okay. So when you talk about SAP, currently it is SAP S4 HANA. Version is SAP S4 HANA, right? That is available in two forms. One is cloud and another one is on-premise. Cloud means the SAP S4 HANA system is available in cloud environment, so that you don't need to install. You means the organization don't need to install anything. They don't need to maintain any systems in their landscape. The cloud provider will take care of maintaining that system. Okay, so it's kind of subscription, just like how you register for your Gmail and you start using it. Similarly, organization can subscribe for that cloud subscription and start using it. The licensing cost and everything based on the number of users and usage. Okay, and another one is on-premise version. On-premise version, the organization will have a full control on their system. They install in their own IT landscape, in their own IT landscape systems, and the organization is responsible to maintain the system. Okay, they have full control on the system when we go for on-premise. Cloud means some third-party cloud provider will maintain the system. Few companies like who have very sensitive data, right? Like defense, they prefer to go for on-premise currently because of the data security issues, right?
Sir, what about that SAP ECC, sir?
ECC is the previous version of SAP ERP. Okay, the current version is SAP S4HANA. The old version is SAP ECC. I'll explain the
So,
details in the details of the both versions. Currently, we are using SAP S4HANA. Okay,
okay, sir. Thank you.
SAP ECC is not available in cloud. Okay, so only
Yeah.
starting from SAP S4HANA, they have provided in two versions: cloud version or on-premise version. Okay.
Okay. Sir. Yeah. Thank you.
So I'll stop here for today. I'll take any question and answers from you and we'll continue from tomorrow.